Athletic Center. Gonzaga women's basketball up for you next. They welcome in the Cowgirls of the University of Wyoming out of the Mountain West Conference. They are 1-2. Gonzaga 1-2 as well, as the Zags now trying to continue this process of finding an identity as this season progresses. Welcome courtside. Great to see everyone again. Greg Heister and the Hall of Famer, Stephanie Hawk Freeman. Okay, be a coach right now. What are you giving this Gonzaga team to find confidence with?
Well, I think first you got to stick together as a team. They've really struggled in the last two games, especially with the turnovers. I think that just comes with playing with each other, and so you've got to stay positive. And then you've got to find a defensive presence. You really got to get after it aggressively on the defensive end.
Now, California got them the other night, got them quite good. That was a veteran team, a lot of experience. Wyoming brings in a similar team, different but veteran.
Similar in the fact that they're veteran.
Yes.
They are very veteran. All five of their starters, except for tonight, Tess Barnes is out, but they returned all five starters. They've got a rim protector inside, but different style in the fact that they are a lot slower, less possessions. They're more in the 60-point range. So they're going to be very methodical offensively and wear you down throughout the shot clock.
And you think that could be to an advantage of a Gonzaga team that hasn't found their flow yet offensively?
I do, and I think this is where Gonzaga could find themselves again back in that transition game as well.
Ejim coming off that 27-point effort against California. Hybens, Turner, Betancourt, O'Connor for Gonzaga. Melema, Peterson, Ustowska, Simons, and Fertig for Wyoming. Fertig, 6'4". She's a problem in the middle as far as penetrations go and trying to get the ball to the rim. Gonzaga's going to have to shoot the ball well today.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been shooting pretty good outside from the three thanks to the help of Allie Turner, the freshman, shooting 65%. But Gonzaga, we know that their bread and butter has also been the inside, so we're going to see a good battle in the paint today.
And let me tell you, if you missed the game against California, man, the Bears went at Yvonne Ejim early and got physical with her. They put 2 on her the entire game and just literally pounded. It was one of the best games I've seen Yvonne play. You leave the court just tipping your cap to her. 27 points in that loss, but man, did she get beat up. Will Wyoming do the same thing to her today? Do they have the horses to do that?
I think you're going to see that until Gonzaga can prove that they can beat them in other ways. Right now, all the focus is going on Ejim. Like I said, Turner has been shooting well from outside, but the focus is on your All-American Ejim.
Fertig, jump hook won't go. Rebounded O'Connor. Back comes Gonzaga. They turned the ball over on their opening possession. Keep an eye on that statistic as this game progresses. That was a problem against California.
And you can already see down low, Simons really being physical with Ejim, not letting her get an easy post-up spot down low.
She'll set the screen here. Betancourt the drive. Tried to get to the left-hand shot, was blocked by Melema. Back come the Wyoming Cowgirls. And this is a half-court set. Wyoming will move the ball around, trying to get deep into the shot clock. The drive, Melema, scoop shot with the left hand goes. Our first bucket to Wyoming. Melema out of Linden, Washington. Almost a local product, now a senior.
Yeah, a couple locals on this team. Simons, number 11, out of Coeur d'Alene, like you said, from Linden. And then we've also got another player there from Bothell. So the Wyoming Cowgirls probably have a good little turnout for them.
And again, Ejim stripped there. Another turnover for Gonzaga. Wyoming now can add to this 2-0 lead. And again, the drive and finish by Melema, where they got to stay in front of her. It's obvious she can get to the rim.
Yeah, and she's a player that definitely looks for the drive first. She's a shooter second, so you want to keep her out of the paint, but it's hard to come over and help when you've got the big number 45 in the middle. You don't want to let her get loose in the paint there.
Melema averaging 9.3 points a game already with 4. And there's a foul. Yvonne Ejim, you know, she's on every award list that there is in the history of women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one she's not, they better get her on it. What a career. Obviously played in the Olympics this past summer for Team Canada. And what a career she's had at GU. And this team has been picked the West Coast Conference to win the West Coast Conference this year. Yvonne is the preseason favorite to win Player of the Year. What hasn't she done, partner?
Boy, I don't know, Greg. Like you said, she represented her team in the Olympics, the Canadian national team. Like you said, she's on almost every single watch list. You know, I guess to go deeper into the NCAA tournament as a player and as a team, but individually, Yvonne, and you talked about this year being so much more difficult for her because she's not surrounded by all those veteran guards, and every point that she earns or makes this season so far, she has had to battle for.
Yeah, if she stays healthy, she'll set the scoring record here. There's Betancourt. That's an important drive for her. Gonzaga's got to find offense from different spots on the floor other than Egypt if they can be successful today.
Yeah, and Betancourt showed in that Cal game that she can make some really nice drives. Oh, right there.
At Egypt.
That is the lob that Wyoming wants to make, and there was no help side. They cleared that whole backside out for Furtick down low, and shocking that she missed it. She shoots 56% from the field.
First foul on Yvonne Egypt. Betancourt goes out of the game for GU. And number 12, Cristobal Osarobo, checks in. .14 to shoot. That was the first foul on Yvonne Egypt a moment ago. Melima down on the post, wanting the ball. 5 to shoot. Simons gives it up. Another 3 from the top is off. Egypt the rebound. Gonzaga can take the lead with a 3. And a travel. Osarobo gives it up. So 3 turnovers already for GU. To the post. Deflected by Vera Guniden. Stops the clock with 18 to shoot. There's Vera, junior from Turkey. Off the inbound. Osarobo fouls Melima. A missed defensive assignment there. Melima able to walk right down to that baseline and get open.
Yeah, and that's one of those where just playing together, right? This team is really young. They haven't spent a lot of time playing together, and those are those miscommunication things that you're going to see. But eventually they'll work out as they go throughout the season.
McKinley Dolan, number 22 on the floor for GU. Melima 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She's got 5. She averages 9 points already with 5. Does not shoot the 3 well. Actually, no, that's a mistake. She does shoot it pretty well. Just doesn't shoot it often.
Yeah.
2 for 4, 50%. But it's Peterson who hit that 3 earlier in the game. 4 of 17 on the season, 23.5%. And she's already connected. Logan Alvar, 6-foot junior from Casper, Wyoming, on the floor for the Cowgirls. There's Peterson. Peterson will drive, kick.
And you can just see here that how the Cowgirls are working their offense, rotating the ball side to side. Aaron shot there by Ola, who's typically a pretty good shooter, but you can see they're comfortable with continuing to work their offense as the shot clock goes. They're going to just keep working that defense side to side.
Turner to the post. There's Egypt, squares up. Thought about baseline, lost the ball, goes down to the floor, skip to the corner. Guniden now going to work. She needs help. 9 to shoot. Yvonne the drive into the lane. Right hand falls off. Rebound up and no good, but free throws coming for McKinley Dolan. From Montesano, Washington, McKinley is. You can tell, Coach, and I'm calling you Coach.
All right.
This season is going to be a process for Gonzaga.
It is.
When you lose who you lost from a year ago, I mean, we're talking about Eliza Hollingsworth and then 3 guards that were all world here in the history of this program. It's going to take some time.
It is, and this is the time of season too when you're trying to figure out rotations as well. And with the injuries that Gonzaga has, with Whitaker and Dalton and Esther out right now, this has been a really hard transition with all the new faces as well. But all this playing time that these younger players are getting, this will help obviously down the stretch.
Ostaska had a good look at 3 there, missed the shot. It's out of bounds. 4:40 to play in this opening quarter in Spokane. The Cowgirls with a 1-point lead. It'll be their ball when we come back.
You got to take care of the ball. Gonzaga is averaging 19 turnovers a game. That's just too many extra opportunities for the other team. And then also defensive aggressiveness. You've got to make your opponent uncomfortable. You've got to try and take away some of the things that they do. And so being more aggressive is also going to lead into some open transition opportunities. Get out in the open court.
A.J. Howell, we're looking at a familiar face out there. Who is it?
Hey, Greg, that's right. It's number 3, Peyton Muma, who played for the Zags for the last 3 seasons. She transferred to Wyoming, which is where a lot of her family went. She's a Colorado native, so not too far off. Head coach Lisa Fortier said she's happy for Peyton. She just needed a change of scenery, and that happens sometimes, and she's going to be giving her regular season WCC championship ring after the game, so something to look forward to.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you, A.J., our 3rd member of the broadcast team today. It's always odd not to have A.J. here.
It is.
There's something missing.
I know. She's part of our team.
Yes. Had a chance for 3 inside as diving in there was Malene Peterson from Denmark. Listen, all I know is if you can handle the winters in Wyoming, you're probably a pretty physical basketball player. So Gonzaga better strap it on today.
Pretty tough.
Peterson, the 3-point play. She's got 6 points, and Wyoming up now by 4, 11-7. Yvonne Ejim back on the floor for GU. This is what it's going to be like for Yvonne all season long. She's not going to spend much time on that bench over there. Osorobo. Maud Hyben's back on the floor, number 5. This is Betancourt. Claire O'Connor into the lane, throws up a shot. She'll shoot free throws. O'Connor, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they've got to get Claire going early. They need her offense. They need offense from that position.
They do, and she can shoot really well as well. So getting her a quick look and just kind of almost transitioning the practice shooting into the game, getting her comfortable and settled in. Obviously, stepping into a bigger role this year with starting and but it looks like this too. If she could get herself to the free throw line and get some easy looks, that could get her going as well.
And we talked about it in the last game against California. If Gonzaga does not find a way to keep defenses honestly, it's going to be a long year for Yvonne.
Well, they've got to be able to spread the defense out, right? They've got to give Yvonne some space to work inside and not allow those extra double, triple teams to come.
Mellema right now was 7. She and Peterson, all the scoring for Wyoming right now. 7 for Mellema, 6 for Peterson. 13-7 game. Betancourt, the drive, lost the grip. It's off of Wyoming. It'll be Gonzaga ball with 14 to shoot. And here comes Allie Turner, the freshman from St. Louis. Number 11, Osorobo, goes out. Turner with it. She can shoot the ball. Got to the elbow, jump shot. You can see the pureness in that release.
Oh man, it's so pretty.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so pretty. And I love the confidence that the freshman comes out on the court with. She's absolutely looking for a shot, and I think right now she's got to look for it a little bit more because they need her.
Fertig to catch and finish. That's too easy. Threw it over the top of the defense.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be no surprise. That's what Wyoming does. They want that lob.
Hybens can't reel it in. It was poked out of play on the weak side there by Peyton Muma. But look, I don't. What do I know about all of this? But the scouting report's going to say if you can slow down Yvonne Ejim, you can beat Gonzaga. So in my mind, I'm thinking I got to get Turner and O'Connor shots early to kind of change the scouting report, get the defense honest, hit some shots, free her up, and then I think the game changes.
Yeah.
So I would be looking for shots for O'Connor and Turner early.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. You got to find a way to soften that paint up. And last year you talked about losing the players that they had in Hollingsworth.
Yes.
Her playing the 4
Eliza
spot.
was big time.
Yeah, because she could shoot that 3 at a very high clip, and so she was able to pull out their second big, and they couldn't double down on with 2 bigs on Ejim.
Betancourt. Here's Ejim. The drive back to Anise. There's an offensive foul, and that's on Ejim, and that's her second. And that's a big foul with 2:59 to play in the first. She's got to go to the bench. Another look at it there. Got to come to a jump stop. So Ejim, 2 fouls in this first quarter. She may be done for a bit. Can't risk a third. Replaced by McKinley Dolan. Now you got to tighten the screws defensively.
Yeah, you got to find. I just really think you got to get more aggressive defensively. There's a turnover. That's a good start, but getting some deflections, being able to get out in the open court and run.
2:46 to play in the first. Buckets by Betancourt, Turner, and Dolan for Gonzaga. Ejim with 3 points. She's on the bench. Gonzaga down by 6. And there's a reach and a foul. That'll go Olli from Helsinki, Finland. Olli Linen. There's also an Icelandic player.
Yeah, they've got
for Wyoming.
7 international players on this Wyoming team.
Betancourt connects. One or two. Fertig the rebound. She's a steady force in the middle for Wyoming.
She just does a really good job of getting her seals or sealing for lobs, and that's another area that is she's number 4 in the nation for offensive rebounds per game at 5.7. You have got to get a body on her.
Missed the putback. Hybens wanted to go backdoor. Defense was there. Stauska took that away from Gonzaga. 2 minutes to play in the first. Stepping into that. Betancourt connects from downtown. She's got 6. Gonzaga back with it 2. Game's a lot easier when you hit shots.
Yeah. And this is something Wyoming practiced against yesterday, going up against the zone, working it into that middle paint area right there at that free throw line like Peyton has got it.
Muma missed everything there from the elbow.
Well, right here, Enish just recognizing that the defense is not honoring her, and I think Gonzaga fans would really like to see more of that. We've seen her make some really great drives, but if she can start pulling the trigger from outside, that's going to, like we've been talking about.
I think it's crucial.
It is.
It's crucial. Prove that you can connect from out there.
Look for that shot. Look for your shot.
Hybens Turner for three,
So
another one.
quick.
Gonzaga's first lead of the game comes in 1:10 of the first quarter. They're up 16-15. And now they settle into their zone. Wyoming goes inside. Defense is there. Hybens had it. Poked away. It's Gonzaga ball with the lead. And now some momentum as the fans are back into this game.
Watch it how quick. We saw it last year with Brenna Maxwell, but Allie Turner also having her feet set and ready to get that shot off so quick does not allow that defense to catch her in time.
Betancourt from the far corner. Gonzaga's hit 3 threes in a row and they lead by 4. Betancourt now with 9 points. And the Zags with a head of steam to end this first quarter. They hadn't taken a 3 before these last 3 possessions. Good move there, Mellema. Got a good look but missed it. Fertig can't reel it in, and a foul called on Hybens. Is that her second as well? That's her first. Or is that on Fertig? It is on Fertig. That's her second personal foul. So both bigs in this game now dealing with foul trouble. And Maud Hybens at the free throw line can add to this 4-point lead for GU. Hybens a 64% shooter from the line. One or two, but the offensive rebound, another chance for GU. Gonzaga on an 11-0 run right now. They can tack more onto it here. Betancourt wanting the screen. Bounce pass. And I do not believe that Dolan was ready for that pass.
No, and I think if she would have seen it, she would have caught that.
4 to shoot. Mellema doesn't see the clock. Wyoming not understanding the moment. Gonzaga ends the first on an 11-0 run. They hit their last 4 field goals, including 3 from 3, and they lead by 5, 20-15. So Yvonne Ejim got into some foul trouble. She goes out of the game, and her teammates have her, just like your Zags on the court. TDS Fiber Internet is lightning fast. Give your own home team more speed. Score better internet today at tdsfiber.com.
Well, here you go. Enish Betancourt just recognizing the defense. No one's picking her up. And then you got Allie Turner. That one shouldn't be a surprise. Allie Turner's been hitting it lights out from the three-point line, but then Enish looking for her shot again. So big. We've been talking about it the whole broadcast, how Gonzaga has to find ways to soften up that paint and make the defense honest and come out and guard them. And these two shooters have stepped up here, especially late in that first quarter.
Now look, with those 2 makes by Betancourt, she's now 4 of 8 on the season. So now her number goes from 33%, which isn't terrible, to 50%, which is really good.
Right.
So she shoots at that rate the rest of the year. The Zags are okay.
Should be looking for some more threes, yeah. Gonzaga, like I said, coming in, shot really well. They're shooting 45% as a team, number 9 in the nation. But like you said, if Enish can continue shooting like that, watch out.
Because you have she and Turner now connecting from behind that three-point line, which is going to keep the defense honest and get them off of Yvonne. And now you got the inside-out game working. That was a great box out a moment ago and rebound there by Maud Hybens, by the way. The drive by Maud missed the reverse. Loose ball controlled by Maddie Simons from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And there's some defense. Gonzaga takes it away. Dolan and now Turner. Hybens, quick trigger on the 3. That one's long, trying to run it down. Loose ball. Back come the Cowgirls. Melema trying to get to the post. Logan Alvar, the junior from Casper there. 3 on that far wing from Ostowska. And Wyoming now struggling from behind that line, 1 of 6 in the game, 6 of 18 overall.
Not really known for a three-point shooting team. Wyoming comes in shooting 26%. They'd much rather work through the inside, and that's normally through Fertig, which we mentioned she's out with 2 fouls right now.
There's a push from behind on Logan Alvar, as Hybens had caught the ball pretty deep. Ella Hopkins, number 31, checking in for GU, a redshirt freshman from Rochester, Minnesota. And Cristobal Osorobo as well. There's the push on the catch from Hybens. 17 fouls now on Wyoming, first this quarter. Gonzaga with 4 overall, none yet here in the second. Shot for 3. How about that shot? Cristobal Osorobo. That'll help the confidence.
Her first 3 on the season. Not really, I don't think, her game. But, you know, if the defense isn't going to honor you, you get a good look.
Zags now on a 14-0 run.
I really like Osorobo, though. She is super athletic. If you watch her move, she's just so smooth. She's long.
Yeah, and active. She's got long arms.
Yeah.
She ought to be able to fill those defensive lanes and create some deflections and turnovers.
Absolutely.
Turner into the lane. Missed it with the left hand, got it back. Jump shot won't go. And outlet to Wyoming. Melema now. 14-0 run. Cowgirls struggling offensively. Right now, Melema the drive. Left hand won't go. And the miss cleared by Hybens.
In these last defensive possessions by Gonzaga, they've done a really good job of cleaning up the boards. They haven't let Wyoming get any second opportunities.
14 to shoot. Hybens almost lost it, now needs help. Out to Betancourt, reset, 5 to shoot. Anish now will drive it. Lost the grip, turn, shot on the way, that's short. Not a good possession for Gonzaga. 8-point lead. Peterson the drive, missed it. Offensive rebound, but a foul called on GU, should be on Osorobo. And that is number 2 on Cristobal. This is quite a rotation that we're watching in this game. It's ever changing and fluid.
And you look at, you're with the short bench anyways from Gonzaga, right? So you're short anyhow. And then Ejim's in foul trouble, and now Osorobo's got 2. So a lot of bodies coming in and out and different looks.
Melema ends the 14-0 run for Gonzaga, 23-17. She's now at 9 points. Turner, the ball may have been kept in by the official's thigh.
So on the floor right now, who is going to be your go-to? You've got to have someone looking for shots, and that would be Allie Turner or Enish.
Hopkins misses the 3. Zags do a good job to stop the ball. And a reset. Fertig wanting it down low. They don't give it to her. Melema drives. Jump shot. Boy, she's a good player.
She is. Great look. Great job reading the defense. Like I said, typically a driver, but she reads the defense coming over, so she pulls up just short. A nice little jump shot.
Betancourt. Turner into the lane. Dolan for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Gonzaga now gone slow and cold. Fertig can't grip it. Dahlin on the floor. Got it to Betancourt. Outlet to Turner. And now Gonzaga will settle into the half court.
And I really think that was a missed opportunity by Wyoming on that last play. Fertig in there without Ejim or Hybens guarding her. If that would have been a clean pass, that may have been an easy look for her.
4 to shoot. Betancourt drives off the glass too hard. Fertig the rebound, her 5th of the game. Mellema. They want it down low. Zag's fronting Fertig right now. Trying to deny her the ball. Peterson drives. It won't go. Dahlin the rebound. And we got a timeout on the floor. 4:05 to play in this first half. Gonzaga up by 4, 23-19. Zags have missed their last 6. Back in a moment.
Back to college basketball on SWX. The Gonzaga Bulldogs hanging on to a 4-point lead over Wyoming as we inch towards halftime. This team looks a little bit different than last year. Head coach Lisa Fortier saying with losing so many contributors, they've had to change the mindset that instead of thinking about expectations, now they're thinking about possibilities. Expectations are from the outside and they want to focus on trusting the process, and the challenge is just continuing to buy in. Their schedule looks pretty similar with so many home and home series this year, but the players do not. And a lot of the teams that they're facing are returning a lot of people. So it's a challenge, but they're reframing it. Guys?
Thanks, AJ. You know, when this is what success breeds, right? Expectation.
Yeah.
Whether they're crazy or not.
Right.
Like, when you do what she and the staff have done over all of these years, the expectation is that you're great. Not that you're just good, you're great.
That's why you came to Gonzaga, right? You play for a great program.
Yes, and again, I listen, I've seen it on the men's side. Some of my favorite years with that program have been the years where you get to watch the team evolve.
Yes.
And I think we're going to see evolution with this team this year.
I'm exactly with you. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about when I think about this team and watching them come together and grow, just like you said.
And the chemistry will be there. We will start to see some of that fluidity that we're accustomed to out of this offense. Each are back on the floor now with 3:15 to go in the second. She'll go to the free throw line. And it's not just that this has been a good basketball program for a very long time now, Steph. It's the fact that, man, they play a style of basketball that is not only television friendly, it's fan friendly, and maybe most importantly, it's player friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It is fun to come play in this offense at Gonzaga.
It is, yeah. You get to get out and run. You get to stretch the defense, shoot outside. You know, a lot of times the posts are very given the green light to shoot that trail 3 or stretch out the defense. And like you said, a lot of fun, high-scoring, fun plays.
And yet a coach who is very demanding on the defensive end as well.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
3 minutes to play first half. Gonzaga up by 6, 25-19. Peyton Muma back on the floor for Wyoming, number 3. They throw it to the post. Egypt slapped it out of there. Fertig denied the touch. Gunnaden drives. Egypt grabbed it out of the air. Loose ball. And a reset for Gonzaga, another chance. This is O'Connor. Claire needs to bang in a 3. He's a square up. Have confidence. Connect Betancourt. Into the lane. Got to the rim. An H now into double digits with 11.
She's got that great little scoop, right, for that layup. She's able to get around those defenders with a quick little step, and as soon as she does, she's off, and then she gives herself a little bit more space with that low release.
Hard to defend. She's got that change of speed.
Yes.
Muma from the corner in front of that bench. Peyton 0 for 3 prior to that. It's 27-22. O'Connor. 7 to shoot now. O'Connor will drive, got the baseline. Left hand off the glass goes.
Not an easy basket there by O'Connor, but great recognition of the clock, right?
It even seemed to come off her hand weird, like it came off her palm, but still soft enough to bank it in.
Yeah, the focus.
Corner 3 is off. Peyton missing that time. Anish on the attack. Dolan driving left hand. That goes. She's got 4. Gonzaga's lead now, the largest they've had in this half. Now up by 9. Timeout, Wyoming.
And that's the play that's the right play for Dolan. That was great. Yvonne was so had her defenders so involved, right? She had her pin. She's working on her. That defender's not going to leave Ejim. She's too concentrated on Ejim, and if she's got that first step on Furtag, that's an excellent drive.
Hey, look, just like, don't look at the roster. Don't look at, just listen to these numbers. Gonzaga 11 of 23 from the floor. That's 47.8%. They're 4 of 7 from 3. They're up by 9. That seems typical Gonzaga. We're seeing a different effort tonight than we saw the other night against California. This offense has taken a step in 36 hours.
Yeah, it's much more fluid. We're seeing the ball.
48 hours.
Yeah,
check my math.
I don't. Yeah. From the previous game on Thursday.
Whatever it's been.
But like, if you watch the flow, the ball is rotating side to side. They're getting it inside. A lot better fluidity.
Well, and
today.
there's a lot more aggressive play that I'm seeing offensively. There isn't so much passiveness waiting for someone else to do it.
Yeah.
This team is learning to play. When Yvonne's on the bench over there, they're having to take it to the defense.
There you go.
They're doing it.
Yep.
Back in the zone now with 10 to shoot and 39 to go in this first half. There's a 3 on the way. Big time shot. Malene Peterson from Denmark. 6-point game. Gonzaga can end this half on a bucket. They've hit their last 3 field goals. Turner. Dolan. Turner for 3. Looks good, but off the front of the rim. And a foul from behind, and that'll go on Claire O'Connor. O'Connor picks up her second personal foul. 12 to play in the first half, Wyoming basketball.
A couple great plays there by Peterson, knocking down that 3 for Wyoming, and then doing a nice job on the box out to pick up that foul.
Zags need to stop. Wyoming, you do not want to allow them to go to half with some momentum. Boy, that's a deep 3.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. But Mellema hit it anyways, and now it's Wyoming that will go to the locker room with some momentum. They score the last 5 of the half, and they trim what was a 9-point lead all the way down to 3. That was a big-time bomb from Mellema now with 14 points.
Yeah, big time.
Well, all right, let's go to A.J. Howe now.
All right, Coach, what turned the tide there at the end of the first quarter to give you guys the lead?
Well, I don't know what you said, but we're making a lot of rookie mistakes. So we look like rookies. We need to start growing up, and we need to start playing the game how we practice the game. We're not pressuring where we need to be. We're not in the hole where we're supposed to be. We're not defending the game plan the same way that we're supposed to be. The 2 defense was nice to the zone. That gave us a little bit of a boost. We got a couple stops, but they're figuring it out, and we're not making adjustments, so that's the problem.
What can you fix in a second half to get the win?
Yeah, I mean, we got to run more clean offense. I think we got our guards kind of are unsure what to run, so we got to give them some options. It'll be good to have Vaughn available again. She spent a lot of time on the bench, and then we just have to execute the defensive game plan, and we're not doing that right now.
Thank you, Coach. Guys.
Thanks, AJ. Thank you, Coach. Honest.
Yeah.
But up by 3.
Yes.
Right? You and I will find perspective. Up by 3.
Yeah.
Coaches aren't happy. She won't be happy. There were breakdowns. There is evolution. She wants it quicker.
Yeah. Yep. Time to step up and play.
Yes. And that was Mellema to end this half. 31-28. We got a good one brewing in Spokane. Back in a moment.
Welcome back. During last year's historic season, head coach Lisa Fortier received some tragic news right before March Madness. She chose positivity then, and she's still choosing it now. Here's her story.
If you had to get cancer, I think the timing of it isn't terrible.
Gonzaga women's basketball head coach Lisa Fortier has moved from defense to offense in her breast cancer journey.
In remission, cancer-free, like where do you fall on that timeline and spectrum?
I think I'm cancer-free, but I don't really know. It's like this funny thing. I think because for me, I had surgery and had the cancer removed. So that's what my husband and my kids remind me of all the time. Like when I say, well, I have cancer. They say, you don't have cancer anymore, Mom. Oh, you're right. I don't have cancer anymore.
It all started after finding a lump while in the shower.
We're all going to die at some point, and it's probably going to be something that I didn't think was coming.
But Lisa never thought the worst, even when the test results came back positive. She had cancer.
The day that you found out, just what was that like?
I excused myself from practice to get ice or use the restroom or something, and I figured out how to get into my chart. When I got to the point that said invasive carcinoma, I thought, that doesn't sound good. And so I screenshotted it and sent it to my my general doctor and Dr. Gilbert, who'd been kind of walking through with me a little bit. And both of them called me immediately. And so I was pretty sure that what I read was what I thought it was. I wasn't thinking clearly because I think I told Craig and my staff at the same time. Because they were all awaiting results as well.
I'm not necessarily someone who walks around and constantly thinks, why is this happening to me? Or, but trying to just be really present and recognizing that each moment and each part of this is part of a process for a reason, and just trying to make sure that we recognized and learned as many of those things as we could along the way. Otherwise, then it is just something that's happening to you.
The support ran deep. Former players coming over to her house, bringing food, letting Lisa know that she mattered to them.
Some of the brightest spots in my last 6 or 8 months have been when our alums have come over to our house. They've been from everywhere. Kayla Standish was back in town from Australia, and we've got some West Siders and then the locals, and I got to see Court and Ellie and Kiki, and it's just such a fun thing to be a part of someone's life like that and be a part of their life enough to where they want to be a part of mine too.
As for her 3 kids, it was 3 different ways of coping.
So the little 2 kids are immediately in tears. Quincy was worried about my hair. Let the bald eagle fly. I'm like, okay, here it is. I think Calvin the other day at the table, someone asked him what his favorite part about our family was, and he said that we could get through anything together. I was like in tears. I was like poking Craig, like, did you hear what he said?
The cancer was stage 2-3, and the next step was a double mastectomy. Lisa's life was changed.
The weight gain that comes with it, and then the hair loss, and then you had this surgery. And so there are parts of it that you feel, the other day I was like, I am a woman. Like I just don't, I don't always look like it right now. And, you don't feel like it at different stages. There was a part of it where you feel kind of like, all right, you're taking on my female situation, like the things I identify with as a female.
The treatment process was not a total shock as her best friend Kelly battled breast cancer years previous.
And I was kind of pleading with God, and I was thinking of Kelly and Coach Cross and my dad, and those guys specifically, and just thinking like, I'm never going to get through this.
But she did, thanks to so many people, including her assistant coach and husband, right by her side.
Actually kind of fun to go to like chemo together because we would just watch movies. And I think he got a little jealous when friends came to chemo as well to be supportive, because he wanted to, have that time to himself.
There's just people in your life that are built to handle certain things, and she's built to handle just about anything.
9 postseason appearances as head of the program, 8 Coach of the Year honors, and 1 supportive family. But Lisa's story isn't over yet.
Doesn't matter how many of these we have. Like these trophies are just a part too. Like they don't make me who I am, nor has cancer made me who I am. It contributes to the person that I am and the story that I will have at the end.
3 now, and she just has a few check-ins, checkups about every 3 months with their doctor as she is in recovery. We'll have more halftime after the break.
Greg Heister, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, the Hall of Famer, and A.J. Howell. We're about ready to get going here in the second half. Well, what do you see from the stats, Steph?
Well, you know, Gonzaga's just shooting a little bit better there. Really, the points in the paint, Wyoming was dominating earlier on, and Gonzaga came back and tied that back up. And I think it's because of the three-point shooting that they got from Enish and Allie Turner, and it was opened up that paint, softened it up a little bit, and Furtick being in a little bit of foul trouble there.
And one of the things that's jumping off at me right now, the Zags did a good job getting to the free throw line, but did not hit the shot. It's like they left points on the floor.
Yeah.
5 of 11, 45%.
Doing a better job so far in the first half. Just 6 turnovers in the game.
Well, the movement's been fluid, right?
Yeah.
They've done a good job moving the ball, making the extra pass. When Yvonne Ejim went to the bench, they did a good job executing, found points, made some buckets, actually grew the lead with her out of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
gotta close it out now, though, Steph.
They do, and I think, like you said, there was some players out there actually looking for their shots more, looking to be that go-to person.
I say this all the time. If you're a good shooter and you're not shooting, it's selfish, right? Where players are being careful because they don't want to be viewed as selfish. If you're a good shooter and you're not shooting, you're being selfish.
That's your job.
That's your job.
Yeah.
Ejim posting up. They kept the ball from getting into her. 18 to shoot. Yvonne with 5 points in that first half, but spent most of it on the bench. Played just 10 minutes. There's Hybens.
And that's where Mott has to take advantage with the defense focusing so much on Ejim. She's going to get those looks, and that was a great just execution offensively. It was sharp, it was crisp, and she rolled right to the bucket for an easy 2.
And a foul called on Hybens. That'll be her first. I've seen Maud in these few games that I've been here for. She's done a good job. She's actually coaching out on the floor. I don't know if you've noticed that. She's talking to some of these younger players and directing them. A lot of talking. Communication's been good. Ten to shoot. Peterson. Ball deflected by Betancourt. Gonzaga takes it away. Melliman, though, takes it right back. But each team with a turnover, they trade them. 5 for Wyoming, 7 for Gonzaga. 3 on the way is Long. Ejim clears it. And he's Betancourt. Yvonne tried to go to Claire O'Connor. Turnover number 8.
Yeah, not the way you want to start. Couple turnovers. Mentioned how they did a pretty good job in that first half, and then coming out with the 2 early turnovers here. They got to clean it up.
And those are 2 of your veteran players. Claire just a sophomore, but she was in the program last year, did play a lot of minutes. To the post, Ejim battling, and that's number 3 on Yvonne. At 8:33 of this third quarter. And Yvonne's going to come out of the game for Gonzaga.
And I understand that you want to be aggressive on defense, but if you're Yvonne, you have to recognize that there's some things you have to let go, because you being on the court is so much more important than 2 points.
Kinley Dolan replaces her. Gonzaga will have to execute without her for a bit. Step through doesn't go. Hybens clears the miss. Peterson couldn't get it to go for Wyoming. Hybens picked up the dribble. Betancourt. Hyman's faked the pass. Good movement here by Gonzaga.
Yeah, really great movement.
O'Connor lost the ball in the lane, but it's off of a Cowgirl. Gonzaga ball with 8 to shoot. Got to get it in. Hyman's the catch. 5 to shoot. Turner. Here's Maud. Fake and then got it away. Oh, big time shot from 15. Hyman's with 5. Zags lead by 7.
Coach Fortier talked about it in that first half, how they had some success with the zone, the 2 look there.
Peterson unable to get it done inside. Gonzaga's interior defense stood tall. At times this game has been clunky.
Yeah.
Clunky moments. Some of that style of Wyoming's play, they're going to keep it in the half court, keep it slow, kind of bog the game down. Gonzaga's going to want to get more fluid. Dolan's 3 is off. Long rebound to Ostowska. She starts the break.
Yeah, it's just like you said, Wyoming will continue to work the clock. They're not afraid to use the whole shot clock to get a look.
Burdick the catch, and she'll score it. They've done a good job on her. She's got just 4 points to this point.
Yeah.
But just 5 shots. She's now 2 of 5 for the game.
And part of that, too, is she did have those 2 fouls in the first half, so she did spend some time on the bench. But you're right, Gonzaga has done a really nice job of limiting her touches inside.
Turner's jump shot falls off the rim. 5-point game. Peterson. Again, just happy to allow the seconds to tick down. Mellema drives, missed it. Dolan, good box out of Fertig. Gonzaga ball. Wyoming not shooting it well. 1 of 5 to begin this third. Gonzaga 2 of 4.
And this has been going up a little bit, up and down a little bit more, a little quicker play. But it kind of looks like with the short rotation, Gonzaga defensively looks like they're just a little bit slower. If you're watching here with that pace, the picked up pace.
Peterson's 3, that was a quick shot in the clock, but the rebound goes to Mellema. Turner hit that bucket. She's got 7. Gonzaga's lead is 7. 9 to shoot. Mellema, corner 3. Poked out by Fertig. And back to 20 now for Wyoming. Peterson. Mellema faked the 3. Got a soft touch, man. When she gets to her spot, she's going to make it.
She really does. Mellema, the senior 5'11" guard. Just the 4th leading scorer on the team, but with Tess Barnes out, she has really stepped up today.
Turner. Free throw line, turned down the shot. Feed to the post. Hyman's the catch. It's taken away. Bounce pass.
Wow, great save.
Stauskis got to it somehow. Peterson now stopped. Mellema again finding a soft little spot, got a good look at it, rattled out. And Gonzaga wanting a timeout. 4:28 to play in this third quarter. Gonzaga up by 5 here in the third. They've hit 3 of their first 5 shots here in the third, holding Wyoming to 2 of 9. But the Zags unable to grow this lead. Now with 9 turnovers. Each team with 3 points off of turnovers. Here we go. This is Turner. Got into the paint. That left hand. An accurate shot. Turner now coming to life.
You just really got to love the composure of this freshman. I mean, talking to Coach Fortier, just talking about how she's just so composed and doesn't get rattled. And if you watch her out there, that's just her demeanor out there. It does not change. She is very confident. I like the way she's handling herself.
Yvonne on the floor with these 3 personal fouls with 4 minutes to go in the third. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you kind of need her. And, you know, she's a fifth-year grad. You know, you got to trust her that she's going to be smart enough to keep herself in the game.
Jump shot. That's in and out by Vera Guniden. Mellema. Gonzaga back in this zone defense. It worked in that first half. And Muma stepped on the end line. Turnover number 6 against Wyoming. 3:20 to play in the third. We got a timeout on the floor. Gonzaga up by 7 with the ball. Coming schedule brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, your financial success fan club. Rice, New Mexico, Missouri State, Texas Tech, Florida. Look at these schools. Colorado State, EWU.
That Paradise Jam down in the Virgin Islands, that's going to be a real good test for Gonzaga. Those are some really great teams that they're going to match up against.
Beautiful place to go. I know that.
Yeah. Tough to beat.
Where did you travel?
Virgin Islands.
You did?
Yeah, we did.
What were
it was the Paradise Jam.
Were there other ones that you had to have done?
We did the Hawaii Thanksgiving ones, and so.
Does one stand out as your favorite?
It's hard to beat a tropical place.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
In late November.
Just so beautiful.
There's Muma with it. Gonzaga turns it over for a 10th time, and the jump shot goes. Muma with 5, and it's a 5-point Gonzaga lead. Turner. Defense didn't pop out. She fired the 3 but missed it. And now Wyoming can dig a little deeper into this Gonzaga lead. The 3 for 11 in this third quarter. Skip to the corner. Shot on the way. There's a 3 from Malene Peterson.
But that's the right read there by Maddie. That when you're going up against the zone, you want to get it into that high post area or short corner, and she gets the ball and she faces up and passes it opposite of her, and her teammates spotting up for the shot. That was a great breakdown of that Gonzaga zone.
Peterson true there. Gonzaga's got to be careful now. Wyoming with a bit of momentum. The turnover by Osorovo. That's 11 against GU, and a 3 now can give Wyoming the lead for the first time since that first quarter.
And that's what Coach Fortier talked about. They went to the zone in the first half, Gonzaga did, and they had some success, but then Wyoming started to figure it out. And you're kind of getting that same feeling here, except for Peterson with the turnover.
Yeah, they're 7th. The travel called gives it back to Gonzaga. $1:54 to play in the third, up by 2. And Yvonne Ejim remains on the floor. Betancourt. Turner will run the point. That ball was kicked by Peterson. So redo for GU. Turner with 9 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Hybens from the high post. Looking for a cutter. Turner under the bucket. Maud will drive, trying to get it to Yvonne Ejim. Throws it up, loose. It'll be Gonzaga ball, but just 3 on the shot clock. Got to find a shooter. Turner to throw it in. Going to go to Guniden. She's got to shoot it.
Yeah.
Didn't know the time.
Starts off with not a clean catch there, and makes it just that much more difficult to try and create something in such a short amount of time.
Gonzaga hasn't scored now in 3 minutes. 4 turnovers in their last 4.5 minutes. Still lead by 2. But Wyoming now finding a little traction against Gonzaga's defense. Peterson for three. Betancourt clears the miss. Dolan. Under a minute to go in the third. Guniden from the corner. Bangs in the three. That's a big time shot for Vera, her first field goal.
Yeah, really big time for Vera. You know, the transfer from South Georgia Tech, where she averaged 13 points a game. She hit 33% from the threes. I like how she came off that set and she was ready for the shot.
Luma drives, trying to scoop one up there. Less than a second differential between the two clocks. Gonzaga can play for one here. Up by 5. It was Wyoming who kind of made a move here in the later moments of this third, but Gonzaga a chance to create a little distance here.
Well, really, that three by Vera kind of gave him a little bit of life back to him.
Ejim goes to work on Fertig. The reverse drops through, and that's how the third quarter ends. It was Wyoming who went to the half with momentum. It's Gonzaga who earns that momentum to end the third. They lead it by 7. Yvonne Ejim now with 7 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Watch her go to work. Got the baseline against Fertig, then reversed it. Masterful. Gonzaga up by 7. There's Yvonne Ejim. 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. We're going to go to AJ Howell now. We're going to talk about this roster turnover, AJ.
Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened, Greg. As you can see, there's few familiar faces that played significant minutes last season. Yvonne Ejim and Mount Hybens, the ones that we've seen today. Of course, Esther Little, also a returning face that's been here for a while, but she's out with an injury right now. Head coach Lisa Fortier saying, you know, that means that none of these new guards have a guard to look up to. And that obviously creates an interesting leadership dynamic. Everything is new. They're creating new habits, and they're just trying to do what they can, guys.
Thanks, AJ. And Steph, that's why, you know, we talk about the evolution of this team. That's what will be interesting to watch how it evolves.
Yeah, who's going to step up in that guard position? Like you said, great experience inside with leadership there, but you still need those guards. Who's going to step up and be that vocal guard leader on the floor? Kind of your floor manager, your floor general.
Great play there by Dolan to battle with Fertig to make it really difficult.
Yeah,
on a point-blank shot.
Let's just talk about the job that Gonzaga's done on Fertig. Just 4 points. She does have 8 rebounds, but this is a player that comes in averaging 20 points a game, 10 rebounds. She is also on a couple watch lists, the Becky Hammond mid-major watch list, the Lisa Leslie watch list. So they've done a nice job of keeping her in check offensively.
Foul called on Simons. Yvonne off the inbound. Betancourt found her. Ejim with 9. It ties the largest lead of this game now for GU at 9. Oh boy, the answer. Emily Mellema. She leads all with 19 points now. Can't leave her that wide open. Got to find number 2.
Yeah, she's just really showed up for the Cowgirls today.
Guniden missed inside. And now it's Wyoming with a chance to trim back. We're down by 9. 3 by Mellema. And now possession again. Simons to the post. Fertig can't reel it in. Gonzaga ball turnover number 8 against the Cowgirls. Maud Hybens checks in for GU. Turner. Betancourt has it stolen by Mellema. She'll drive in, miss the shot, but a late whistle on the foul call. And right now, I think Gonzaga's got to find Emily Mellema for these final 8 minutes and get her under control, because right now she is Wyoming's best option offensively.
She's having a day. Only average is 9.3 points a game coming into today. Now she's got 20 points. She's shooting 8 of 15. Got a couple assists, a couple rebounds. She's playing well.
Hit them both. 4-point lead, 8 minutes to play. Ball was kicked. So the inbound now coming under the bucket. Turner wanted Egypt. Got to get it in. Threw it to Yvonne.
Turner doing a nice job tight walking that outbound line right there.
Yeah, it was close. And a whistle away from the ball. This will be against Simons of Wyoming. She and Yvonne Egypt have been getting tied up here the last few possessions. Simons will go to the bench with 4 personals.
And she's had a heck of a job today here. She's been mostly in charge of guarding Yvonne, and for the most part has done a really nice job, really limiting Yvonne to very many touches.
Wyoming's defense is ticked up here. They're being physical with anybody who touches the ball right now. Mellema clears the miss. She's got 21. I'd get the ball out of her hands as soon as you can. Get up on her. Make it difficult. Varda threw it away. Betancourt. Ostowska trying to get back, but Betancourt scores it 48-42. And he's with 13. Alvar to the corner. Ostowska's to the middle. She threw it away. Right to Hybens. Betancourt now. Corner 3. Boy, this place would have erupted.
Oh, it would have. But you can see what happens when Gonzaga is able to get those steals and get out into the open court. I mean, it just gives them that extra energy. Right here, you can see Enish just gets out and super quick. And so if they can get themselves some more easy little transition looks like that, this offense is going to pick up. You're going to get some more energy to feed off of.
Cristobal Osorobo on the floor for GU. I believe it was O'Connor that went out. Timeout, Wyoming. 6:28 to play at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga 48, Wyoming 42. Always is with those two. And how good is this men's team?
Yeah, they are fun to watch.
All right. Boy, these are going to be some fun 6 minutes now. Zags up by 6, 48-42. They've led since the first quarter. Alvar, 3 to shoot. Step back 3 is blocked by Betancourt, and there's a shot clock violation. Ostowska just could not get it over Anish.
Anish just at 5'9", but great read of the defense here, keeping her feet and keeping herself in position. That's 2 big defensive plays that we've seen from Anish.
Tell you what, they are being physical again with Yvonne Egypt. Alvar down there now making everything difficult. They just pack it in. 7 to shoot. The drive off the glass won't go for Osorobo. She got a good look. Peterson transition 3 is long. Hybens with the rebound. Wyoming's had their opportunities. They're 5 of 18 from the floor in the second half. Betancourt down the lane. Threw it to the corner. Osorobo traveled. hit the three, but turned it over prior to the shot. Her third turnover of the game. That's 14 for Gonzaga now. Oh, Hybens with the block. A late whistle results in a foul. Nobody liked it. That's three on Maud.
I'm surprised she was able to get there. Fertig looked like she had her pin behind her back, and then Mott sneaks around, but like you said, a late whistle on the call.
Yeah. Maddie Simons, sophomore from Coeur d'Alene. You know, I'm sure there's a little extra motivation for her to come into this arena and play.
And it's just a nice thing. A lot of times the coaches schedule these games so that the players can come back and play in front of their family and friends. And so a great opportunity here to do that for Maddie.
Egypt. Yvonne, boy, she just knows how to use that body. Get the left hand, the ball on the other side, and really good. 11 points now for Yvonne. Boy, Fertig unable to get anything going today. Just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. And Yvonne Ejim right there.
Yeah.
Muscling up. Fertig. Osorobo called for the personal foul. Fans don't like that call. That's 4 on GU. 3 on Osorobo. We'll re-rack it here. Hybens. Not a good pass. You get the feeling this is a big possession.
It really is. You can feel the crowd getting into it as well. Those last few possessions defensively, the crowd really supporting the Zags. And that's going to be huge.
But right at the interior defense of Wyoming. Maud now with 7. Gonzaga's lead back to 9. They've been unable to get it to double digits. Maybe they could do that in the final 4 minutes.
It's a little bit of fight there by Mott, too. She was a little fired up after Osorobo picked up that foul, and she took it out in the right way. She took it out offensively to get the 2.
Fertig was fouled. She put a shoulder into Maud Hybens and moved her like 3 feet, and then went up for the shot. Yvonne Ejim picks up her 4th personal. I doubt she's coming out of the game, or will she? Yeah, she'll come out of the game right now with 3:43 to play. Coach Fortier wanting an explanation on that foul call. Fertig, her first free throw. How about that? She's got 4 points and 10 rebounds. 6'4", just took her first free throw.
Yeah. Gonzaga, like I said, they've really done a nice job of locking in on her, not getting her any easy offensive looks.
Hybens motivated now, 7 points, 7 rebounds for Maud. There's a foul there. I almost said offense, but that's on Malik Peterson. Claire O'Connor will check in. Osorobo goes out. Betancourt. Maud thought about the 3. She wanted it, didn't she?
She did.
5 to shoot. Betancourt goes at Fertig. Blocked by Fertig, but shot never made it to the rim. So the violation gives it back to Wyoming, but they did take a bunch of time off the clock. 52-43 our score, Steph.
Yep, it's definitely not a high-octane offense night.
Oh,
except
God,
for her.
get out on her.
Except for Emily.
Melema now with 24 points. She gets it back to a 2-possession game, 2:48 to play. Can't be late on that rotation. Got to get out there. Hybens blocked by Fertig.
Two big blocks there by Fertig on the last two defensive possessions. That's what I touched on it at the beginning of the game. You know, she is number 6 in the nation for 3.3 blocks per game. You got to know what you're doing if you're going to go inside against her.
Hybens. Turner, free throw line jumper. Egypt, big rebound, and she's fouled. And this is on number 30, Ola Ustowska. Look at Yvonne just crashing the boards.
She just goes up and battles. So athletic, quick.
Yeah.
Great nose for the ball.
So committed.
Yeah.
And the catch. O'Connor, corner three. Bingo! We've been waiting for that one.
Yes. Yes. And most importantly, Yvonne Ejim kept making that catch, knowing that she had her teammate there, and delivering the pass in the pocket, making it easy for Claire.
Back to a 9-point Gonzaga lead. O'Connor's first three of the game gives her 5. Peterson from the corner. That won't go. Turner the rebound. Gonzaga can get it to double digits. They're going to be content to play deep into this clock. Now they got to go 9 to shoot. Ejim calling for it. Squares on Fertig. Will drive on her. Spin to the left hand. Left it short. Got it back. Yvonne Ejim. Money.
But you can see the footwork of Ejim right there. The spin back and then the ability to get back off the floor for that rebound.
So Gonzaga gets it to double digits, 11 points. And just like that, Melema keeps Wyoming alive. With the 3, she's got 27 points on 10 of 17 from the floor. 4 of 6 from behind 3. Big time.
Big time. She has had a heck of a game. And that is a career high there for Emily.
Well,
27 points.
She just set the bar higher.
Yeah.
Her coach is going to be looking at her like, hey, come on now, Emily.
Previously just 25 points.
Remember what you just did on the road in one of the more difficult buildings in the entire country to win and to play in, and you just dropped 27 on Gonzaga.
You know, you talk about teams coming into this arena with all the fans. Wyoming does have a good fan base as well, so, you know, maybe not used to the crowd against them, but they are used to playing in front of numbers.
Betancourt with the basketball. Gonzaga's lead is at 10. And we got a minute to play. And again, Betancourt going to back it out, shorten the game. If you're Wyoming, I'm looking at free throw numbers, and I'm going to start shortening or getting extra possessions. They take it away here, and it's timeout, Lady Cowboys. Gonzaga Hoops Play of the Game brought to you by Multicare Health System. Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. And there was your Multicare Play of the Game.
Yeah, that nice inbounds to Yvonne Ejim, and then her delivering that pass right in the pocket for O'Connor to knock it down.
I think the Cowgirls have to get serious about some fouls here. Right, get the ball back. You can't allow Gonzaga to come out here and take 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, you know, and when you look at Gonzaga, the free throws, 7 of 13 for tonight, shooting just 54%. I mean, yeah, that's something you could put into consideration.
But they should have been doing that earlier.
Yes, I agree. Too much time has already been lost.
Simons will inbound at 43 to go. Wyoming's going to look for a quick three here.
And you can see Gonzaga put Osorobo on Emily.
Fertig to catch and the finish. And a timeout called Gonzaga with 37.7 to go.
Well, and this will allow Gonzaga to advance the ball at half court and then not have to go against like a full court press.
And obviously Coach Fortier, I think, wanted to get Claire O'Connor on the floor too. She pointed to Claire. She'll be coming in, I think. Eight-point game. There's still life for Wyoming. But a lot of things would have to go your way.
Yeah.
But this is certainly a coaching opportunity for GU on finishing a game. And a lot of young people over there.
And Greg, you're right. Claire comes back in for Osorobo. A little offense-defense subbing there.
Yeah.
Like I said, Osorobo came out and she was guarding Emily because we know why. She had to provide some length. Emily's put up 27.
27 points. It's an impressive game on the road. It'll remain with GU. Officials are over at the desk.
Looking at the clock,
perhaps. Yeah, perhaps they are. They gave the thumbs up, so they're okay with 36.1 to go. 29 on the shot clock. That court needs help.
Oh,
and somehow came out of there with it. And she's fouled by Ostowska. I think it was Turner and O'Connor who converged on the ball at the same time, and the deflection actually ended up back with Anish. So Betancourt at the line where she's 3 for 4 today. She came in, I believe, 3 for 5 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 9-point Gonzaga lead. Bucket here. And it's a 4-possession game. There it is. So Wyoming now calls a timeout. They're not giving up. 10-point GU lead, 61-51. It looked for a long while there that we were not going to get this game into the 60s.
Yeah, I actually did question it a couple times to myself.
And again, it just speaks to the type of team that Coach Fortier is going to have this year. Of course, it could be completely different when these players that are hurt come back. It could be a completely different look. But I know right now, man, they're winning ugly, and there's nothing wrong with it.
You know, it's where you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
It's where you learn how to fight through and learn how to fight and finish games that don't always feel pretty, go pretty, look pretty. You find the ways to win, and that's what those are the lessons that they're learning right now.
And look, they're going to get to 2-2 now. Their 2 losses are against 2 teams that they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. Stanford and that Cal team is really good. Yeah. I mean, really good.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with that team.
Yeah, they've got a lot of pieces. They got
and
the shooters
tough.
inside.
Yes, they're big.
Yeah.
They'll weigh on you. Like, they got some horses on that team. I think that team's going to make a lot of noise this year. Got good guards, good posts. They're veteran. They're old. They can really shoot it. Mellama's still playing hard. Egypt saves it. Hybens is tied up. No foul is called. Possession arrow will give it to GU. And we have a timeout called with 22.1 seconds to play.
Neither coach wants to go against a full court press
No,
right now.
Nobody does.
They want to get it close to the offensive end. Well, Gonzaga really started to, and it comes back to that point we were making in the first half with the three-point shooters. Really were struggling to get some points in the paint. They now have 30 points in the paint. They've dominated, where Wyoming just with 18, and you've got to recognize it's because those guards started looking for those shots and knocking them down.
They're like when you hit some threes, it's a lot like, you know, a boxing match with shots to the stomach will kind of open things up and it will soften your defense, right? And that's what a three-point shot can do for you, Yvonne Egypt and Maud Hybens. If you hit some of those shots out there, it's like a good hard shot to the gut, and it will loosen up a defense. And then you're right.
Yeah, you know, and if you look at the opposite end, it's kind of a, you know, it's a good deflator to the defense, to the other team as well. You're giving up 3 points at a time. That's deflating.
But on the flip side of that, you have somebody like Melima who scored 27, but yet Fertig did not have a big game. So credit to Gonzaga's interior defense. They stayed with the mission.
And that's something that we've seen from Gonzaga in years past, right? They've done a really nice job of locking down the other team's go-to player, right? Making them beat them through other players, making that go-to player's life pretty miserable during the game.
And look, I think most teams in the country, they can handle somebody having a big game. Melima with 27. But Peterson is next at 12, and then they don't have anybody over 6, and that's Fertig.
Yeah.
Well below her season average. And so, obviously, Melima had a great game, the best game offensively of her career. But Gonzaga really held the rest of the team in check.
Yeah, and you got to recognize, too, Wyoming's missing their second leading scorer with Tess Barnes. At 12 points, she missed the last game as well. They'll get her back as well. Wyoming picked second in their league. This is going to be a tough team, and they've got some good pieces as well.
Melima trying to get to that free throw line. That shot won't go. Fertig trying to earn the rebound. Gonzaga ball, that's going to do it. 62-51 is going to be our final score. Gonzaga gets to 2-2 on the season, and they rebound after that tough loss to the California Bears. Hats off to the coaching staff, hats off to the team. They were prepared and they executed.
Yeah, they did. They came out and gave a good fight against a really good Cowgirls team today. Saw a lot of good pieces, right? A lot of positives from today. Some outside shootings, more aggressiveness defensively. And we keep talking about it, when they get all the pieces back, how this team's going to look.
And it's just going to look different than what we've seen over the last 2 decades from this Gonzaga women's program, right? Where those teams in the past have scored so easily, and it was almost musical the way that they did it. It was It's artistry, right? Like, it was just open floor and so much basketball IQ. Right now, this team doesn't have all of its pieces. When it does, it will open up. But perhaps this is a team that's going to have to learn to be physical and win some games like we just saw. Maybe ugly in nature, but good teams win.
Yes, they find a way to win. And whatever that takes, this coaching staff will figure it out.
Well, and you know that Coach Fortier does not mind a defensive game.
Yeah.
Right? She loves her team to be physical and to get really after teams.
Yeah.
So we saw that today, and maybe this is what we'll see more of. It won't come as easy maybe until they get healthy. But, man, I tell you, if you can win these types of games this point in the season, then you get healthy. You've got all this experience that these players are getting that normally maybe they don't. If those 4 players are back, you're better off for it come February, March. Let's go to AJ Howe.
Hey guys, here with Yvonne Egypt. This one, it was tough, but you guys pulled out the win. What did you see in the squad today?
I think if anything, we never stopped trying. We were always trying to fix things, work together, get back to our flow. And I think this game, you really saw us connect together offensively and defensively. Things might have been tough, but we always kept pushing through.
Coach said that you guys are focusing on on potential, not expectations this season. What is that like mentally as a leader?
Yeah, I think if anything, it just opens what we think we're capable of. I don't think there's anything that we should expect ourselves to do or expect ourselves to cap off at, but looking at the possibilities of what our team can expand in throughout the beginning of this year to the end of the season, I think that's where our mentality, me as a leader trying to push people to view that as that way, I think that's where we'll really start to grow and see more progression as a team.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Bonnie. Enjoy the way.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, AJ. Time to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental. No job too big or too small. With 8 convenient locations, we run everything. Let A to Z Rental be your most valuable player. It is Yvonne Ejim, 13 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 11 rebounds. She is going to set the tempo the entire season. She is one of the greatest players that's ever donned a Zag uniform, men or woman, and proved once again today that she's the heart and soul, isn't she, partner?
She really is. Yeah, she's just such a hard worker. She does it all for her team. She's a vocal leader out there. She's helping her team grow and come together, and it's going to be exciting to watch this team chemistry continue to build and get more and more experience together.
And expectations and potential and all of these crazy words. At the end of the day, it comes down to wins and losses. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter what the score is.